Hey, what's up, everyone? Tonight we are sticking with our anxiety topic, which we've been talking about all week, because we're leading up to our first anxiety workshop, which is on January 15th at 7 p.m. here in Elkhorn. If you want to RSVP for that, you can RSVP by the link in this post. But today, what I'm going to be talking about is something we'll be talking about at the workshop. I just wanted to give you guys little tidbits and little topics that we will be talking about at the workshop, just to see if it's something that you might like. But one thing that we'll be talking about is a study where 26 out of 26 people with anxiety have this specific infant reflex and why it shouldn't be there. So if you follow my work or if you follow my page, you know that I talk about infant reflexes a lot, and it's no different. Anxiety also can be contributed to by these infant reflexes. They're reflexes that you're born with. You have them obviously as an infant, and then they're supposed to fall off as they build up the brain. If they don't fall off and they don't go away, and you retain them into adolescence or adulthood, then they're going to cause problems later on. So the specific reflex I'm talking about right now, the one that was in all of those test subjects, was a tonic labyrinthine reflex, which is abbreviated a TLR. And this reflex is going to help when you're an infant build up your muscle tone. It's going to help build your vestibular system, which is your inner ear and your balance system. And it should go away by about 3 years of age. And if it doesn't and it holds on, then it's going to cause issues later on. So the results from this study show that the biggest differences between the anxiety group and that control group is that the anxiety group, all of them had the TLR, and many also had an underdeveloped head righting reflex compared to the control group. And that makes sense because the head righting reflex is a postural reflex that develops after you get rid of primitive reflexes. So if you don't fully address the primitive reflexes, you're not going to have the postural reflexes as you should. And what a head righting reflex is if you were to tilt someone like this, they're naturally going to bring their head so that their eyes are level with the horizon. And if you tilt them this way, their head's naturally going to go this way. A lot of kids, especially if they're dealing with social anxieties or they don't have that head righting reflex developed, if you tilt them, they just keep their head like this and they don't ever right it back to where your eyes are level with the horizon. But these reflexes, this TLR, they're going to exert a lot of influence over the sensory processing system. And like I said, it has to do with that vestibular system, which is your inner ear and balance system. So we think, well, what if my kid doesn't have any balance issues? Then it must not be that. But it's not necessarily, because we balance not only with our vestibular system, but we use our eyes to help orient and balance as well. So one simple thing you can do to see, is your child or yourself, is your vestibular system working as efficiently as it should? You can go ahead and stand on one leg, and then when you do that, you close your eyes, and then you take away a sense vision, and you only rely on your vestibular system, and then you can see if you start quickly becoming unbalanced and fall, then you know that your vestibular system probably isn't as strong as it should be, and having a TLR might be one of the reasons for that. So how to test for the TLR, if you actually wanted to test for the TLR on your kids, what you would do is you'd have them put their feet together and you'd close their eyes, and then you'd tilt their head all the way back as if they're looking at the ceiling, but you keep their eyes closed. And what you're looking for is if they start having excessive swaying, or if they start falling backwards, that would be an indicator that they have the TLR. And you can also do the same thing, feet together, close your eyes, and tilt your head forward and see if they start flexing forward and falling forward. But that would be an indicator that they probably have a tonic labyrinthine reflex. And why this is a problem is because if your vestibular system and your balance system is not as efficiently working as it should be because you have this reflex, then it's going to be sending this low-grade kind of stress signal to the brain, which can be interpreted as anxiety. So one of the things that we're going to want to do is see if you have that reflex and then get rid of it. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you found I hope you found that useful. But tomorrow's topic, I believe, we're getting away from the anxiety topic for just a little bit, and we'll be talking about language impairment in kids and how that actually relates to your balance and vestibular system as well. So that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. If you find this kind of reflex stuff interesting, or you want to learn more about the brain and what contributes to that stress response to the brain, which results in anxiety. Go ahead and sign up for the workshop. It's completely free. It's at 7 o'clock on January 15th here at the office in Elkhorn. Go ahead and sign up for that. I hope to see you there, but otherwise I will see you guys tomorrow on Facebook Live. So have a good one.